off last week. We had a whole week of lazy, sloth-like behavior. Guillermo, what did you do last week during the vacation?
I spent a lot of time with my family.
A lot of time with your family, doing what?
Taking my son to school, pick him up, take him to the park, different places.
So nothing really is the answer.
Nothing, exactly.
Me too. I spent a lot of my time thinking about who to vote for. You know, a week from tomorrow, it's Super Tuesday. 14 states, including ours, California, vote, and if you're voting for a Democrat, you have to pick a candidate. You have to pick one. Unfortunately, most people I talk to about this still don't know which one. I mean, do you go with the candidate who has the best chance to beat Donald Trump? Do you go with the one you like the most? Or the candidate with the strongest teeth and bones? It's a tough spot to be in. But it was a very good weekend at Bernie's. Bernie Sanders won big in Nevada on Saturday and is now considered to be the front runner. That's right, there's a 78-year-old man running in front. It's not exactly the Olympics, but Mike Bloomberg, boy, the debate on Wednesday was a disaster for Mike Bloomberg. The Democrats put on it was a real Vegas magic show. Elizabeth Warren sawed Bloomberg's campaign in half in Las Vegas. Everyone piled on him. You know, he's spending a lot of money. He spent more than $500 million so far. He's buying everything, commercials, social media, billboards, mail. He even hired the Houston Astros to go around stealing the other candidates' signs. So he's serious, but it's really added to the confusion. There are still a lot of undecided voters, and that's not great. So what I think the candidates should do, and I know this is not the traditional way they do it, but this isn't a traditional election. So here's my idea, and follow with me on this. Instead of waiting for the nomination, I think the candidates should pick their running mates now to make it easier for us. Mike Bloomberg, for instance, he spent a ton of money, and it worked, but he got hammered in debate with stop and frisk and these harassment-related confidentiality agreements. So what Michael Bloomberg needs is a strong running mate, and that running mate, I thought about this a lot, should be Denzel Washington. You see that? You get a huge chunk of the black vote, and while a lot of women want a female president, you know what else a lot of women want? Denzel Washington. That's right. Bloomberg Washington. That's a strong ticket. Okay, so that's what Bloomberg should do. Next, you have Joe Biden, another old white man whose biggest problem is that he's not progressive enough. So who do we pair him with? Flo. Energetic woman, only person in the world with more commercials than Mike Bloomberg. She's got name recognition. She's literally progressive. She works for the company. And if anyone can figure out this insurance mess, she's been on that for years. And on top of that, Joe and Flo, great bumper sticker. Even Joe Biden could remember that. Now we have Elizabeth Warren. She's tough, intelligent, almost too intelligent, kind of a grown-up version of the smart kid no one likes that much at school. Very bright, but she needs someone fun. She needs someone like Lizzo. Lizzo would be a great vice president. She'd be the second vice president who plays the flute after Mike Pence. You know that he's... Okay, so now you have Bernie. He's in the lead, but he's very far left. So far left, he wouldn't tolerate a centrist running mate. He needs someone who won't threaten his ideology. He needs someone young and someone the Bernie bros will accept. Bernie Sanders needs Pam from The Office to be his running mate. Not Jenna Fisher, the actress. Pam. That's a solid ticket. So next we have Amy Klobuchar. She doesn't have a lot of support, doesn't have a lot of charisma, out of money. Amy Klobuchar's only hope right now is Oprah Winfrey. There's chaos. Everyone gets health care and a car. And the other wild card is Buttigieg, Mayor Pete. He's got some hurdles, though. He's too young, he's too clean, he's gay, which sadly is going to bother some people, and he's from South Bend, Indiana, which is just slightly bigger than a Walmart. These two people are the only people who've ever vacationed from that area. So what Mayor Pete needs is someone who's rough, dirty, maybe even a little bit homophobic. Someone with some good old-fashioned uncle power. And for that, I say, Pete, I'd like you to take a good hard look at a fella named Mel Gibson. Buttigieg Sugar 2020. And there you go, problem solved. Now we can decide. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good idea. This is what I was doing while you were driving your son to school last week.
Oh my God, that sounds good.
By the way, according to a new poll from CBS, 65% of Americans think Trump will either definitely or likely be reelected. But one prominent conservative in Hollywood is not on Team Trump. Clint Eastwood this weekend announced that he will support Michael Bloomberg, which is surprising. Typically, he loves $1 Million Baby, so you'd think he'd be with Trump, but Clint Eastwood famously spoke at the Republican National Convention in 2012. He had a long conversation with an empty chair, but it's surprising that he would go against Trump, seeing as how, you know, they did 2 movies together back in the 70s and 80s. And I guess there must be a rift. Meanwhile, the president is in India right now for a 2-day Eat, Pray, Love Himself tour. This is his first trip to India since taking office, and I hesitate to say he didn't do his homework, but he did seem a little bit confused when he got off the plane. I don't know who's advising him, but the Indian Prime Minister really laid it on thick. We made that up, but it's possible. The Indian Prime Minister organized a huge rally to welcome Trump at the largest cricket stadium in the world. And Trump doesn't know much about cricket. The only cricket Trump knows are the ones he hears when he asks Melania if he can sleep in her room. But the man loves an audience, and he charmed the crowd with a taste of his vast knowledge of Indian culture.
As the great religious teacher Swami Vivekananda once said.
Clearly, his speechwriter hates him. I mean, why even put that name in the teleprompter, huh? Oh, he had to read a lot of new words on the teleprompter today. And if you get a kick out of his struggles with the English language, wait until you get a load of this.
From Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli, Swami Vivekananda. Classic Indian films like DDLJ and Showjay. Chiwala, a tea seller. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste indeed. Namaste there forever. Namaste. And of course, Trump was very focused on the size of the crowds gathered to greet him. He said this could be the biggest event they've ever had in India. And as you can see, this is during his speech. The place was absolutely jam-packed. Even before he left the United States, he was bragging to reporters that they were going to have millions and millions of people in the street to greet him. But this is India, where they have millions of people in laundromats. The other reason this is an interesting trip for Trump is because the Indian Prime Minister is a strict vegetarian, and he does not plan to serve our president meat of any kind. His plan is to serve him vegetarian meals, which is like trying to fill a Buick with safflower oil. It just doesn't work. And there, you see him there thinking about eating his own head. Congratulations on making it to the end of a YouTube video. Why not celebrate by clicking the subscribe button? You earned it.